And so we're back on starting point. Now we'll be talking about the basketball talks here in Fiba, Indonesia. But first, let's say hi to our panel on Zoom. We got Astrid Zita as a former FIBA Asia athlete. Hello, Zita, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, nice
Hello,
to meet you guys.
Zita. Yeah, it's good to have you on Starting Point. We will be talking more with you about your experience joining the FIBA Asia Cup in 2016. But before that, we will introduce our next story first about the FIBA World Cup, and we'll be back with you very shortly. The 2023 FIBA World Cup, co-hosted by Indonesia, Japan, and the Philippines, has begun with 55 active NBA players competing in the tournament. This is a record for the most NBA players in the history of the quadrennial basketball tournament.
Now, the summer of 2023 is the first time ever for Indonesia to host the FIBA Basketball World Cup, FIBA's flagship event. Other than this event, now Indonesia has also participated in the FIBA Asia Cup in 2016. Now, to talk about basketball championship, we are connected with a former athlete, Astrid Zita, via Zoom to share her experience. So, Zita, first things first, can you tell us where you are in the world at the moment and what time is it there? Go ahead, Zita.
Yeah, I'm currently in Michigan, United States. It's currently 9:24 p.m. So almost my bedtime. But
Hang in there, okay, for just a quick conversation with us. Now, Zita, you joined the FIBA Asia Cup in 2016. But first of all, could you please share with us, how did you fall in love with basketball? How did your career in basketball starts?
yeah, so I started playing basketball when I was probably in the first grade. So it's been a while. And I just, I'm always so active in sports. So I play other sports too, but basketball has always been the one. And then, with school, just been involved with extracurricular. I play basketball in school, and then started playing for from Banten. Before that, I played for South Tangerang, and then made my way to the national team. Yeah, so it's been a journey, definitely. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, like, you've come a long way from Indonesia, then playing in FIBA Asia. What has been the struggle? I mean, being from an Indonesian basketball player and joining the international league.
I think just playing in the international level itself, it's really challenging because it requires us to be a really complete player all around. For me personally, the physicality and also the mental aspect of the game were the most challenging part of competing internationally. Being okay with not having a good performance, being comfortable with making mistakes, and being able to adapt to the pace and the pressure of the game. So,
Yes, being comfortable with making mistakes. We'll remember that. That is a good quote right there. Zita, walk us through your memories at the very first day, the day one since you entered the FIBA. Is it on 2016? How was the day? How was the experience? And how come you get to be chosen to go to FIBA?
it was a tough process. There were 24 of us, and then we were selected. So we had to go through a selection. It was I think it was a almost 2 week selection because we didn't really have enough time. And then we had a training camp for a month where we practiced twice a day. It was just a short preparation though, but it was really fun, being able to play basketball with the people you love and the people you enjoy being with. So I was there. That was my first time actually playing internationally, playing for national team. But being there in that stage, it was a lot. I think just being there, singing your national anthem in a foreign country, it's just, I mean, I cried. So it was definitely a dream came true. And just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just speechless, really. I know, yeah.
I can imagine. I mean, like after training so hard and twice a day, as you have said, and
Yes.
finally reaching that
Yeah.
level, of
Yes.
course, it's such a huge achievement for you, as well as bringing Indonesia's name to the international level. Now, Zita, you have this broad experience in FIBA Asia Cup in 2016. In your opinion, Zita, what are the differences as well as challenges between women's basketball then versus now?
Oh, that's hard. That's a hard question. I think the biggest difference is how the industry and the game itself have evolved. Game-wise, I feel like it has become more physical, with more skillful players coming in and just showing up, more entertaining too, which also becomes the challenge because now you have to be a much more rounded player to be able to compete. The industry itself has also gotten more recognized now that women's basketball and women's sports in general are bringing the same intensity and entertainment as men's sports. So,
Great to know. Now, Zita, for the non-basketball fans, I want to ask you, what is your position on the basketball team, and what is your role? What do you do? What do you serve the team? What do you tell the team to do? Go ahead, Zita.
so I'm a small forward. I drive to the basket a lot. I shoot when I have the chance. Yeah, that's pretty much the job description of being a small forward.
Zita, speaking from your experience, what's your opinion on Indonesia's basketball team right now? How is the condition of the basketball team right now in Indonesia?
Are we talking about the men's team or the women's team?
Okay, let's
Or
focus
just
on the
in
women's.
general? Okay. I think the women's national team is growing in the right direction. So I'm currently studying sports medicine and sport performance here in the US. And just to see the different methods of training being implemented to improve their game makes me really happy, honestly. Strength training and yoga are the two that I have been seeing on their Instagram a lot. But I believe there are others that they have been doing too that contribute to their success. They have also been winning gold in the SEA Games, and the most recent one was the getting promoted to the level one FIBA Asia. So props to them. I think they really earned it, and they are going to achieve so much more.
Okay, and what about from the men's basketball team in Indonesia? What's your opinion on that?
I think with the men's teams, I would say it's looking great so far. We are definitely doing much more better than the last couple of years, and I love to see how us being the host for FIBA World Cup could really have a good impact on our national team, both men's and women. So, yeah, can't wait to see what that brings to Indonesia.
Yeah, Zita, thank you for mentioning and giving your opinions about the women's and the men's basketball team here in Indonesia. Now, stay here with us. First things first, we are about to give you the FIBA World Cup 2023 Indonesia schedule. Now, for the first time, the International Basketball Tournament FIBA World Cup 2023 is hosted by multiple countries, the Philippines, Japan, and Indonesia. And today, Indonesia will begin competitions for Group G and H at the Indonesia Arena, Bung Karno Sports Complex in Senayan, Jakarta. Now, let's have a look on the schedule for the live broadcast. Here it is.
Now, we are back here on Starting Point with Astrid Zita, still connected with us.
Yes.
Zita, based on the schedule we've just seen just now about the FIBA World Cup 2023 in Indonesia, which match are you looking most forward to and why?
That's a hard one. I don't, yeah.
Which
I
country
think
are you
just being
rooting
here in the
for?
US, which country I'm rooting for?
Mm.
I would say Slovenia, just because I love Luka Doncic. But just being here in the US with the time zone and all, it's kind of hard to follow all the game schedule. But yeah, I'm rooting for Slovenia. So
Okay, it's Slovenia, it is, for Zita. Now,
Slovenia.
okay. Now, we've mentioned about the schedule, we've mentioned about the match. Now, can you share a bit about your match back then when you were participating in the FIBA for Indonesia, Zita? What kind of match did you endure back then?
What do you mean?
Like, what was the challenges that you faced back when you entered the FIBA Asia Cup in
Okay.
2016?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I think just being able to show what I'm capable of back then, because we are all really great at basketball, all 24 of us, and I think it's just hard to kind of like show what we have and what we're able to do. Um, and I think just coming in first time as a just I was a junior back then, and then that was actually my first time joining the national team and having that mindset and having that mentality. I think that was the biggest challenge for me.
Okay, so stay with us, Zita, because we want to know more about your experience back then and if there is maybe some unforgettable memories that you want to share, perhaps.
Yes. So we'll be back here on Starting Point just a bit. Stay with us. And so we're back on Starting Point, still about basketball talks. We have here with us via Zoom Astrid Zita, a former FIBA Asian athlete. Now, Zita, can you share the preparation of yourself in both national and international championship? What was like the preparation of your schedule back then?
The preparation itself, it was just like what I said earlier. We had to go through a training camp for a month. We lived together for a month. We practiced twice a day for 6 days a week. And there wasn't really much going on in life, actually. We just, we wake up, we eat, we play basketball, and then we go back home, take a break, we sleep, and then we wake up again, eat lunch, and then go to practice, and then eat dinner for 6 days a week. So,
Wow.
but yeah, it's honestly it's probably the best 1 month in my life so far. So,
Aw.
yeah.
I mean, she said it casually, but it's
Yes.
actually a very tough work training
Yes.
as an athlete.
Athlete.
6 days a week, twice a day. And I mean, like, it's just basketball every day, all the time for you. Now, looking back at that period time of your life, was there any unforgettable moments that you can share with us?
Uh, There's a lot actually, but I think from that experience itself, just playing internationally, wearing that Indonesia jersey. My parents are out there too. They were out there. They came from Indonesia to Thailand to support me. And yeah, I think my favorite moment was it has to be when we played India because that's the game that got us promoted. It was a really tight game. But the energy was just amazing. We stick together as a team and yeah, we won and we got promoted. So that has to be the best one.
Wow.
Wow, we can see Zita's passionate face as she talked about basketball, her love of her life. Now, Zita, last bit before we let you go, any messages that you would like to share to the audience, to the basketball lovers out there from you, Zita? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not always easy to be athletes. That being said, invest in your health, take care of your body so it can take care of you, take care of your mental health. go through what you go through, remember to have fun. And most importantly, focus on being a person first and athlete second. I think that's what basketball and sports have taught me all these years.
Yes, and that being said, you have to take care of your body and take care of yourself. It's midnight there in Michigan. Thank you for talking to us. You have a good rest. Zita, thank you for sharing your time with us in Starting Point.
Thank you
Zita.
for having me.
Thank you for sharing.
Bye-bye.
And it's just, totally amazing. I
Yes.
mean, like, it takes a lot of passion to be an athlete, but not just that, but a lot of hard work, and you dedicate your life for that one goal to reach those international level.
Through that, Luisa, makes me want to play basketball.